no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Heavyweight. Heavyweight, baby. Speak on it. Drew Titan Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. On this wonderful, cold Friday, December 27th. We're almost done with this year. Hope you made the best of it. The best is yet to come. Let's do this roll call real quick. There's a few things I want to cover on this topic. Coach 67, my brother, what's good? Todd Swindle, Real Spill Midwest Boxing Talk. Mark Harrison, Rick Blackwell, Mark Wonderlit, Freedom's March, my brother, salute. Tay, good morning. The Brothers UK in the building, salute. Jarrell Freeman, DP Rocker, my brother Comic Cons, Act Reach, salute. J Man, what's good? Rod Neal in the building, salute, salute, salute. Chilltown Majors, what's going on? Oh, jumped on me. Salute to all family, what's going on, y'all? Smash the like button, share the video, smash the dislike button, ninja watch, whatever it is you choose to do, do it. Let's talk some boxing. Let's talk about Dynamite Daniel Dubois. Triple D. Yeah, man. I haven't done my year in review. Kill Bob, salute. You know what's funny about my year in review? First of all, my year in review, I'm doing it on Monkey Tuesday. And that is New Year's Eve. I might have an open panel for Monkey Tuesday. Yeah. This has been a very revealing year. A lot of things were revealed to me in the realm of boxing, in the realm of life. You know, I try and every year I try and learn something, and you know, learning experience. You meet people, you develop relationships, try and be peaceful, things of that nature. There's gonna be a lot to reflect on, but as it pertains to boxing, a lot. My brother Counter Local, salute. A lot was revealed. Dante, what's going on? A lot was revealed in this realm of boxing. A lot of things were put on blast. A lot of things. And I want y'all to think, Black Undertaker, salute. 88 Sports Talk, yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Black Undertaker. Yeah, listen. The year in review is going to be official. There was a lot of boxing. There was a lot of quality boxing this year. We didn't get everything that we wanted, but what we did get was a lot of quality, and a lot of things was put on Front Street. And if you missed Stormy B-Man's premiere this morning, that was one of the things. And being that happened at the end of the year, I'll save that for last next week. New Year's Eve, Monkey Tuesday, Stronghouse Year in Review. We're going to review a lot of stuff. We had some quality boxing. We did. And we still have some questions that need to be answered going into 2025. But time reveals all truth. Really does. And I know y'all remember this year, January, the infamous Cat Williams interview. He said a lot. And I'm not saying the man's a prophet or anything like that, but I'm just saying, wow, look at that. Now, whether it was coincidental and he was just speaking out of anger, it turns out we learned a lot this year, did we not? In the realm of entertainment, and even in this little sport that we call boxing. We learned a lot, didn't we? We sure did. We sure did. And that's cool in the gang. So let's talk some boxing. Dill Spoolie, salute. The topic this morning is Daniel Dubois and the road he has ahead of him, and can he conquer it? Now, the reason why I'm putting the spotlight on him is because he's on fire right now. This young man was all but, in our eyes, done. To me, many of us jumped the gun in reference to his career. I'll walk you through it. Daniel Dubois was held to a very high standard. He was held to a very, very high standard. There was rumors. This is how it you know, there was rumors about this big black kid. You know, he's not an old man. You know, this big black kid, and he's you know, tearing people up in the gym. This is how we heard it in the States. I don't know what was going on in the UK, but this is how we heard it in the States. Razor, what up? We was like, well, who is he? He was like, I don't know, but you know, he knocked around AJ and put him on his arse in the gym. And I'm like, well, who is he? He was like, hey, his name is Daniel Dubois. So, you know, we're in the age of technology. You go to Google and boom, there he is. And you see this this big black kid. That's what we see. I'm like, okay, well, he has a look. And then you start seeing videos. He looks very athletic. I was like, well, he's a big lad, isn't he? And Lord Swift, real Baltimore in the building. Salute. And I'm like, okay, I treated him like I treated everybody. Okay, well, let's see. Because there could be a lot of rock stars in the gym, but a lot of times it don't translate to a professional level. And if you've been in gyms, you know what I'm talking about. There could be someone that has all the skill in the world in the gym, but it doesn't translate on a pro level, you know? So that's just what it is. I was like, you know, we'll see. And when he was finally interviewed, he turns pro. He was finally interviewed. They asked him about the AJ sparring or whatever. And one thing that I took notice was he didn't want to admit it, which was classy on his end. You know, they said, look, we've been hearing this thing about you sparking AJ, whatever they said. He said, is it true? And Daniel looked around, looked at the camera, he said, and just shook his head. He said, like, he said, yeah, that it happened. Like, see, he didn't lead with that. There goes my brother MP.
What the fuck?
Salute. CJ Robinson, salute. DP Rocker, Star City J, what's going on? So I said, all right, you know, humble of the kid. He didn't lead with that. You know, sometimes, you know, you might have a guy that'll you could be following a fighter and he's on this incredible win streak, and then you hear about, oh, well, there's this one guy that beat him up in sparring. They're like, well, who is this guy? And then, you know, the guy might loudmouth. For those of you that don't know, Oliver McCall, what I used to hear is he was one of Mike Tyson's chief sparring partners, and he used to give Mike all he can handle. You know what I mean? And he was also world champion, got a dub over Lennox Lewis. You know, he had some mental issues or whatever, but he never panned out to be like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? But I heard he used to give Mike Tyson great work in the gym. But, you know, we'll never see it. We just heard stories. Mind of Mansa Musa, salute. So we don't know. Anyway, so I watched Daniel Dubois. And what fights I could catch, you know, I said, you know, this kid has above average skill, way above average skill. The fundamentals are there. So we'll see. So what fights I could catch, you know, I was catching him on YouTube or whatever have you. And he's beaten a lot of people that he needed to beat, you know. The first name that I did notice that he beat that I noticed was a guy named Kevin Johnson. You know, the guy has a bunch of losses, but that wasn't, I gave him credit for that. I said, okay, he beat Kevin Johnson. All right, fine. Kevin had like 8 or 9 losses by the time he got to him or something. He probably had 11 or 12. I don't know. Well, actually, let me pull up the box record. Give me a second. So he beats Kevin Johnson, so he's beating a bunch of guys he's supposed to beat. And, I respect that. And I said, you find out who these guys are when they start facing their contemporaries. Then we'll see what he's made of. And the pandemic happens, and then we start coming out of the bubble. And he faces his contemporary in my birthday month. His contemporary was a man by the name of Joe Joyce. Now, Adrian Vance, salute. Chaos for Life Sports, salute. Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that. Chaos for Life. I understand. We're gonna talk about that. So he gets in there with Joe Joyce. Now, I picked him to style on Joe Joyce, and being that Joe Joyce is such a durable guy, I said, well, maybe Joe Joyce, if his chin holds up, Dubois will take him into deep water, and he'll probably drown him. Ty will salute. Or he might stop him, or for cuts or swelling or something. But I had Daniel winning that fight. Right? Well, I'm watching that fight, literally, and I'm like, the F is happening here? L Hitman, salute. And I said, wait, what's going on? I'm like, it can't be the lights, because we was in the bubble. There's like 5 people in the damn arena. And you can hear pin drop. Ground on boxing, salute. I was like, what's happening here? And he didn't make any adjustments, and Joe Joyce was timing him. I learned 2 things in that fight. I learned that Joe Joyce, it was a combination of things. I think Joe's IQ was a little bit underrated, right? Because we all know timing negates speed. But I'm like, okay, where's the adjustments from Daniel? This is his first major step up. He's supposed to style on this guy. And Joe's a big dude. I met him face to face. He's a big guy, and he's strong. And he was just timing Daniel coming in, and next thing you know, his eyes start swelling. And then he stopped him. And y'all remember, he stops him, and his eye looked really bad. And everyone started calling Daniel a quitter. Now, I didn't go that far, because that eye did look bad. And then come to find out, it wasn't just like swelling. This was... he had a broken orbital bone, and that happens, man. And unless you've had an injury, some of you in the chat probably never broke a bone in your life. If you have, that, depending on what the bone is, that's some unreal pain. That's some unreal pain. Now imagine having a orbital bone broken. I don't know if y'all ever had a head injury, but imagine an orbital bone broken. I mean, come on. I mean, the bone is broken. It could cut your retina. I mean, all kinds of things. So, and it's painful. I've never had that, but I know a bunch of people that's had like injuries like that. It was like, no. There's no way. There's no way. All right. Yeah. But with that came the weight of the public calling him a quitter. So, I saw that coming. I didn't go that far. I'm like, all right. He had a bad situation. And then when the medical information came out, it said that that was a legit injury. But people don't want to, a lot of fans are fickle. They don't want to hear that. You're supposed to keep going until you die. Now, there are some fighters that do that, but what's the trade-off? There's a lot of fighters you probably don't even know about that went ahead and did it and finished the fight, but their career's over. And all they had to do was stop in round 5 and live and fight another day. You done blew off your whole career because you want to be macho. So Joe Joyce wins. And everyone started looking at Daniel Dubois strange. I didn't do that. But here's why I developed more respect for Daniel Dubois. He didn't, the first thing, and I want to point something out that no one talks about. The first thing, Daniel Dubois, because I follow him on Instagram. If I remember correctly, I believe he may have apologized for his, apologize for the performance, and I'll be back sort of thing. Some people, hey, get well soon, champ, and other people who are tough behind the keyboard, you bum, whatever, so did all that. He didn't run the social media and chart shit back and forth. Not that I've seen, because normally people, I'm not on Twitter. People send me screenshots. He didn't go back and forth with fans like a lot of these kids do. You know what I mean? So he's not in love with social media and reading what people say. He already knew what they were going to say. And his response is what? I'm just going to get well and get back in the gym. And that's what he did. So after Joe Joyce have his box rec up, he fights this dude named Dinu. He took some time off. He came back for Dino, knocks him out. And then here's what's interesting. He makes his U.S. debut. He came to America twice. He fought in Cleveland and he fought in Miami. He fought twice. He fought Joe Cusimano, and then he fought Trevor Bryan. Y'all know who Trevor Bryan is. He fought Trevor Bryan, and he won those. So he's on a 3-fight win streak, goes back to the UK, his home. And something happened in that fight when he fights Kevin Lorena. So he goes back home, he fights Kevin Lorena. Dubois was down 3 times in the first round. That was when he tore his knee up, y'all. He tore his knee up, but he ended up getting up and getting a stoppage. Now that fight right there told me a lot. Main biker, salute. That fight right there told me a lot. I knew there was something wrong. If you go back and watch the fight, you could tell there's something wrong with his leg. Now all I said was, I hope this young man's not injury prone. Hen dog, salute. I'm like, I hope he's not injury prone. Breaking bones, easy, Mr. Glass type stuff. So I'm like, I hope it's not one of those situations, because I want to see how far this kid could go. He persevered. He wins that fight. That may have been the Don King card, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I know he fought on the Don King card. He also fought on a Jake Paul card or whatever. What I'm saying is Daniel's been busy. And one thing you always appreciate, I can always appreciate, he ain't on Twitter going back and forth with these spineless jellyfish on here. He gets to work. And I'm like, wow, he has like a throwback mentality. And you look at him and it's like he's not deterred from anything. I'm sure he knows everyone called him a quitter. He's like, well, I got to get in there and prove that I'm not. He went in there and fought on the toe up knee. Ty Swindle, salute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Anthony Davis type. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I hope this is not this. And it's not looking like that. And he's been working. He's been working. Eye sockets being busted up. I think he had a torn ACL, or I don't know what it was. I forgot. He came back. People dragging his name. He came back. Right? And I'm like, you know what? You got to respect this young man. And I'm like, his behavior is how a fighter's supposed to be. But the norm are a lot of these young kids going back and forth on the Twitter with their fans and their contemporaries, and they're doing everything with their contemporaries, but fight their contemporaries. But they could sneak diss them or go back and forth with them online or whatever. They can do that. But they can't sign on the dotted line and get some business done, right? And I'm like, wow, I respect Daniel Dubois. While he's doing this, they had Anthony Joshua on a pedestal. You see what I mean? But I'm watching Daniel Dubois with all the trials that he's gone through. I'm like, you know something? He's better than AJ. And I was saying for a while, I'm like, I bet if they fight, because I think they're going to do everything. When I say they, I'm talking about the powers that be. They're going to keep AJ away from this kid for as long as possible until they cannot. Who's they? I really mean Eddie Hearn. So in between Daniel Dubois putting in work with he's fighting on it. Y'all remember he fought on a Jake Paul undercard? Yes, he did. But him doing that and working, putting in some work on a Don King card, right? He gets the Usyk fight. And that's where things got interesting. To me, that fight was deadlocked until we saw a body shot land. Now, Usyk played it up. People are saying if they said if the ref said it was clean, Usyk would have got up and continued to fight. You know, you can say that. You can say that. Fine. But if the ref deemed it low and allowed him to take those 5 minutes, you gotta wonder why Usyk took the 5 minutes. You gotta wonder that. You gotta wonder that. Are you playing up within the guidelines of the rules? Okay, fine. You can do that. You can do that. But I know what I saw, man. That was on the belt line. And it hurt you, bro. It hurt you. It did. It did. Now, if you can get away with that within the guidelines of the rules, then take the full time. But the fact that you had to take the full 5 minutes, that showed me something, Alexander. That showed me something. Daniel got you, man. Daniel got you. And we're going to go back to that in a second. But Usyk gets up, and Usyk is Usyk. He swarmed Daniel, and Daniel bailed out the fight. Now, I have a personal opinion about that. No one has to agree. My personal opinion is that was Usyk right off of the Ukrainian-Russia situation. That fight was held in Poland. And Usyk, there was such sympathy for him. And it's in Poland. And Daniel Dubois was in the fight. And I felt that he could win it. And there was a lot of parts of that fight that he was winning. But it's in Poland. And I personally believe, and I don't think, I would love to talk to Daniel behind the scenes. And if I ever do, I will, listen, you'll never know it. If Night Train, salute, you'll never know it. He'll never admit this on a public platform. But as a black man, I honestly believe that he was thinking self-preservation in that moment. I believe that. I don't even know if he'll admit it to me or not, but he'll never say this out loud because it'll just sound wrong. But I'm watching that fight and I'm like, you know, if he gets the nod over Usyk, I have to believe that he was thinking about his pops or whoever, his sister Caroline, whoever was there. You look around and say, you know, we the only black people pretty much in this whole damn arena. And if I beat this guy, we got to worry about getting out of this arena alive. We got to worry about getting to the airport alive. Because we're in Poland. Never been to Poland? And I'm not putting anything on Polish people, but what I'm saying is I've heard some things. I can't deny or confirm, but I got to believe that he looked around and said, you know what? A win might not be the most safe thing. So let me live to fight another day. And this is after the body shot. And then what does the boxing world say? Oh, look, he quit again. Interesting. Usyk done beat AJ 2 times. And although Daniel retired on his stool pretty much, not on his stool, but, you know, he quit. He was fighting Usyk a lot better than AJ was. Just my opinion. Jay Bean Boxing in that super chat, much love. He said Philip Hergovich win is when he grew up to me. I'm getting to that, brother. Absolutely. Hassan 7, salute. Absolutely. PGH, what up? I'm getting to that. Absolutely. Nicholas, what up? Oh, yeah, Nicholas. Okay, make note of that. Make note of that. Put that up there. Make note of that. Make note of that. I'm telling you, they're getting cocky with what they're doing with us. Y'all saw the Generals live yesterday. Oh yeah, they're getting cocky with it, but they're gonna get that cock. Yeah, they're gonna get that cock. And they ain't gonna like it. Yeah, exactly, J Bean. Exactly, J Bean. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and that's around the time where I've spoken to people that will put me up on that country. Isaiah, what up? I didn't ask. I didn't do any research. This is just information that came. So then when this fight was happening in Poland, I was never comfortable, bro. And in my mind, I think he bowed out of that fight because he was thinking of safety. And I'm not talking about in the ring. Because if those cats ride and something happens, they'll just brush it under the rug. You know, I like to travel. I got a passport, but there's a lot of places where I'll skip. Like, no, there's nothing for me over there. For what? I don't have to go anywhere near there. I'm good. You know, a lot of these sisters be like, oh, I like to travel. I want to go here. No, do you know what's over there? You want to go where? That's not for us. What you think? All right, you go ahead. You go ahead. I'll be right here when you get back, if you get back, whatever. You know what I mean? So, I was cool with the Usyk situation because I in my mind, I understood it. And again, I wasn't calling him a quitter because I understood in my mind, I understood the situation. So later on, in between of all of these things with Triple D's career, Turkey Al-Sheikh, you know, he starts the Riyadh season. And he hops on that car and fights Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Now, you know, he made a little fraudulent slip in something, and I made fun of him. But I'm talking about Daniel Dubois. I made fun of him but I was just joking, man. You know, it was just a joke. It was something he said. It was funny. It's whatever. But when I was talking to Stormy and we did our picks, I said, you know what? Dubois gonna beat him. And if you remember, what was the first thing they said? They said, I got Miller for the win. Daniel Dubois is a quitter. Daniel's gonna try and swarm him early, and Miller's gonna walk through punches and then swarm him and make him quit. That's all I kept saying. He gonna quit. And I guess, you know, when you've quit in 2 fights, they don't factor in the circumstances. No one factors in the circumstances. Stormy, salute, Stormy. If you're available, let me know. I could send you a link if you're available. So that's all we kept hearing. Big Block, salute. But me and Stormy was like, nah, Dubois gonna beat this dude. Don't buy into that quitting stuff. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into the quitting stuff. Just like I tell people, just because there's a fighter knocking everybody out. All right, I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send you a link right now. You know, don't buy into a guy that's knocking everybody out. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into it, because as soon as the competition gets better, as soon as the competition gets better, the knockouts slow down. Prime example, Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga was knocking over everybody. And then as soon as the competition got a little better, even when it got better with people you don't know about, what did he do? What's the first thing we saw him do? He bit somebody. Isaiah, he absolutely can beat Tyson Fury. Stephen X, salute to you, good brother. Daniel Dubois can absolutely beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was never that good. That guy is the real life Eddie Guerrero mentality. We lie, we cheat, we steal. The difference is Eddie Guerrero was doing it as a gimmick in professional wrestling. Tyson Fury was doing it in real life. Eddie Guerrero's funny as hell too. Rest in peace to him. Salute to the whole Guerrero family. Daniel Dubois could beat anybody. That's what this show is. There's a road ahead of him. Can he conquer it? Young Abel, salute. A lot of these guys are going to cancel each other out, and it'll be a situation where he'll be there to pick up the pieces. You know, but can he do it? I think he can. I think he can. I'd like to see it. But let me go in order. Let me go in order. He fights Jarrell Miller, and everyone picked against him. Everyone said, hey, man, he gonna lose and blah, 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 yakety schmackety. And I'm like, nah, me and Stormy said, nah, he's gonna beat Jarrell, because they didn't factor in. I mean, Jarrell was coming off a really big layoff, and he didn't have the best of camps. It was a weight loss camp. You know, Jarrell's a big athletic guy, but he was still over 300 pounds. And by the way, didn't he outweigh Daniel Dubois? Didn't he outweigh Daniel Dubois by at least, Black Gun Owners Magazine, salute. Didn't he outweigh Dubois by like 60 pounds or something like that? What was the weight? He outweighed him. He outweighed him by a lot. What was the weight? There was a big difference in weight. Nobody called him stupid. You see what I mean? Wait a minute. Did he outweigh Dubois by like, was it 80 pounds? He outweighed Daniel Dubois by a lot, bro. And Daniel Dubois was already like 230. I mean, it was ridiculous. No one called him stupid. Right? And, you know, Big Baby has a good chin. For a guy that size, shower, salute, Queen. For a guy that size, he has an engine. You know, it's yet to be, you know, determined whether that was because of the PEDs, whatever. Look at that, bro. Daniel was like, what, 230, 240? Chesapeake. Wow. It was 100, wasn't it? He was 244 versus 333. Nobody called Dubois stupid. You see, things like that are reserved for certain fighters. And this is why I don't respect a majority of the American media's boxing opinion, like Stephen A. Snitch. He just forgot that. He just forgot that. I remember that. I said, oh, shit. Dubois was like 230 something. Miller came in literally 100 pounds. And I remember that. And who would be stupid in this scenario? Dubois for taking the fight or Miller for just being 330 pounds? Unbelievable, bro. Dwayne Price, salute. Unbelievable. No one called him stupid. And what did we see in that fight? We saw Tat. What up, Tat? We saw target practice. We saw target practice. That brother went in there and he ain't run from the smoke. He outboxed him. And it was only a 10-round fight. And he knew the job. Tap him up, hit him with a power shot here and there. There's no way a guy 333 pounds could go into deep water and last. Now, Big Baby was known for being a super heavyweight, but having a good engine. But again, it made us wonder how much of that was him being on PEDs. What, y'all forgot? That night Andy Ruiz beat AJ in my city, that was supposed to be Jarrell Miller. And he blew it because he had like a whole pharmacy in his bloodstream. Y'all remember what I said? I said, look, I don't like AJ, but I didn't want to see him get killed in the ring, bro. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And, you know, he blew it. So now he gets in there with Dubois. He talked a good one. He looked the part. But Dubois took him in, I think he took him all the way to round 10, right? And stopped him. Stopped him. What happened to him being a quitter? See what I'm saying? No matter, and that's when I knew. I said, you know what? This kid is not moved by anything. He's not moved by anything. He didn't run to Twitter and start fussing with people. No. His response is, heal up, get your ass back in the gym. And for a long time, well, you know, not for a long time, I'm like, this cat's moving mentally like the fighters of old. And then Stormy pointed it out to me. He said, did you see that interview with Daniel Dubois' father? I said, no, I didn't. He sent me the link. I sat there and watched it. I said, I get it. This man has a father in his life. I watched the Philip Hrgović fight again last night before I went to bed. And that big burly black man you see jumping around outside. Come on, Daniel. Listen, double jab. The father that was doubling down to the corner work. In other words, listen to the trainer. Doubling down on it. He was telling him, work the jab, work the jab, work the jab, work the jab. And I'll be damned, he worked that jab. And Philip Hrgović was in the fight, and salute to Ronnie Shields. Did a wonderful job with him. But Daniel Dubois, look, Philip couldn't miss. And he was eating those. Now, I like to see Daniel, you know, learn how to move his head and avoid that right hand, because I'm watching the fight, and I'm like, all I kept saying is, God damn it, if that was Deontay, he'd be on the floor. But never mind that. That was Philip Hrgović, right? So he beats Jarrell with a fight he was supposed to quit in, beat him, stopped him. Now he's in there with Hrgović. He's eating right hands, rolling on the opposite side and blocking the uppercuts. Then he cuts up Philip's face in the whole fight, though. He was winning the battle of ring generalship because why? He was in Philip's chest. He made him fight. And Philip's face and his cardio didn't hold up. Daniel muscled Philip Hrgović. He out-muscled him. He out-toughed him. And he walked that man down. Daniel understood that there were certain things that he couldn't do against Hrgović, but he said, you know what? I'm tougher than him. And sometimes you got to be like that to beat the better boxer. A la Glenn Koff Johnson versus Roy Jones. He said, I can't outbox this guy, so here's what I'm going to do. And he won. And Philip's face couldn't hold up, and his cardio couldn't hold up. And that's when I looked at the boxing public and said, are y'all done calling this kid a quitter? Are you done? I never called him a quitter. I said he quit, but I ain't calling him a quitter because he, in my opinion, he quit within reason. And before I go any further, Stormy, salute, brother. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Salute. How you feel this morning, man?
I feel good, man. I feel good. You know, so you see
Great,
the topic.
great. Yeah, great topic. I was just about to say, great topic. Talking about somebody that needs some, shine. This is a fighter that, you and I, we talk behind the scenes all the time. I say, it's amazing that no one's embracing the fact that this young man is on a trajectory that is allowing himself to have a bit of legacy. And that's exciting because he's young, and he's a young fighter who he's had some setbacks, but the great thing is he's come back from the setbacks. It's
Correct.
That's what it's about. You don't have to be undefeated to be great.
That's right.
Greatness comes from overcoming. You see, and you if you're always out front but have had nothing to overcome, there's no way to measure what you are doing, and where your place is in it all. So and I appreciate you also mentioning about his dad, because that's important.
Very.
Though that we find some people in our society of today may have not had the fortune of having a dad or a father figure in their lives. That doesn't mean that life stops there at all either. But your approach to dealing with what's vacant or what's absent also, shapes who you are. So I've often been known to say that we can learn from a baby. Does a baby not teach you what it means when it cries? Sometimes a cry can mean it's time to change them. Sometimes a cry could mean that they're in pain. Sometimes a cry could mean that they are feeling alone and abandoned. Sometimes it could mean that they're ready to eat. Sometimes they just want you around. It's like, they teach you these things. You don't come into the situation knowing, but you develop that over time. So we have that in life, and it's a lesson through life. All of this, remember, and I talk about connecting life and boxing to life all the time.
Absolutely. Boxing is life, man. And everything is relatable. And salute to our brother RDR Films. He's over there in the UK. He said, big up Drew. Just got back from McGuigan's gym. Oh, you in Barry McGuigan's gym? And salute to Barry McGuigan, man.
Yeah, he's doing good work over there, Barry McGuigan.
Barry McGuigan's doing
excellent work. Shane McGuigan is doing good work.
Excellent stuff, man. He said one of my junior amateur sparring, Caroline Dubois, this morning for her fight in January. Listen, guys, if y'all don't know, that's Daniel's sister. She is no effing joke. She is no effing joke, man. And listen, let's park here for a minute on the king of the pack, the Dubois family, Mr. Dubois. What's his first name again? I forget his first name.
Daniel's dad.
Daniel's dad.
What's
that brother's name?
I forget now.
But salute to him. Salute to him, because when you sent me that interview, I sat there and watched the whole thing, and I said, man, everything makes sense now. His name is Stan. Thank you. Stan Dubois. Salute to that brother. I would love to sit down and talk to him, because you know what, man? Now I get it. Now you understand why Daniel is not on Twitter fussing with people, walking around with painted fingernails and eyeliner and twerking like to this stupid music and stuff. And if he is doing that, he's doing it in the privacy of his own home. You understand? He's not caught up in the street stupidness. He's a very quiet and reserved young man. And what I'm saying is, I see the professionalism. What I'm saying is, he's carrying himself because he honors his father's name. And that's what we've gotten away from. When you see these young men acting out, the reason why we assume that they're fatherless is because there was a point in time where your name meant something. I still came up from an era where if you did something bad in the street, they'd be like, oh, that's that Johnson's kid. Or that's that Smith's kid. That's that Sutherland's kid. And then when your dad came home, he was the one dropping the hammer on you. You understand what I'm saying? He's the one dropping the hammer on you. Yeah, you see that, Stormy. You gotta take care of that. Yeah, there used to be honor in your family's name. And when I listened to that brother give that interview, it was like maybe an hour long or so. I said, man, no wonder Daniel is unmoved, because nothing matters what the public says, because he's literally walking in his father's footsteps. Not as far as boxing, but in life. This man is Stan raised a man in Daniel Dubois. He's raising a woman in Caroline. And we're talking about mental toughness. Daniel Dubois is not a quitter. He's mentally tough. Don't tell me he's a quitter. When this man when he got well, he got right back in the ring. Right back in the ring. And I said, I think y'all got him confused. I speculated it, but I said, nah, an orbital bone, that's nothing to play with, but whatever, we'll see. And then he came back and I said, okay, he's getting busy. He's getting busy, right? Got up to Usyk, and I don't care what anyone says. I think that he was thinking self-preservation in Poland, y'all. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying he is. Look, fine. And then he got right back in there. And then Riyadh season was the best thing that happened. Look, Riyadh season's been the best thing that happened to a lot of fighters. And that's something else. But that Jarrell Miller, everyone thought Jarrell Miller was going to swarm him and stop him. Oh, man, he's from your city, Drew. You should be supporting. I said, look, I ain't got no hatred towards Miller. We're talking boxing here. I just don't think he's going to beat Daniel Dubois. And I was right. I was right. So he beats Jarrell Miller. That was a good win. He gets full credit for it, right? The Philip Hrgović fight. If y'all go back and watch that fight, you can't tell me anything, man. Because Philip was landed, man. But like I said a second ago, he could not out-tough Daniel Dubois. I would like to see him defend against the right hand a little better. But once he understood, hey, man, if I roll this a little something, he can't really hurt me. Dubois, he might have got buzzed a second, but no. He put it on Philip, and he made Philip quit. Philip, his hair would... Fighters, please, stop growing y'all hair for these fights, man, because it look bad when y'all take punches. It look bad. He cut his face up. They tried to say it was a headbutt, but upon further review, his face was cut up from punches, man. And Daniel just out-toughed Philip and stopped him. And Philip was tired. He was banged up. And Daniel was good. I said, man, y'all better watch out. Because this is we now have the young man that we thought we was going to get in the first damn place. What I'm seeing from Daniel is that he's failed, but he's failed forward. Which is why I pick him to beat Usyk in the rematch, but we'll get to that in a second. After he beats Miller, he gets the Anthony Joshua fight. And I always felt that he would beat AJ. I always felt that while Daniel Dubois was putting in work and people laughed at him, and I saw a lot of AJ fans do this. People, man, some of these fans have like these weird, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to entertain that. I'm going to stay on topic. But you celebrated his 2 losses. You celebrate his 2 losses. I don't, whatever, man. Daniel is not Tyson Fury to be celebrating his loss. But his losses were celebrated by people who are super fans of his contemporary, which was Anthony Joshua, especially since we learned that he actually sparked Anthony Joshua in sparring. So I get it. I'm just saying it's unnecessary, but whatever. So the AJ fight is made. And everyone started talking about, oh, the spotlight might be too big and it's Wembley. And I said, man, this kid's ready. And Stormy, didn't you and I pick Daniel Dubois by knockout?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, here's what I didn't know. I didn't know Daniel was going to make it that easy, man. He made it easy. The only shining moment that AJ had was in the round he got knocked out in. He landed that right hand, and Daniel got a little buzzed. He landed it again, but Daniel recovered, and he still had all of his marbles, in which AJ made the most rookie mistake that you could ever make on that level. I don't know why, and AJ has a damn good, dangerous uppercut, and I don't know why. Maybe he didn't have all his marbles back, but I don't know why he threw an uppercut from way out there. But my God. Stormy,
that came from Ben Davison telling him to roll the dice.
Roll the dice, but roll the dice don't mean throw Stormy. All right, I'm gonna let you take over from right here. Why do you not well, family, y'all know why. You see why you don't throw an uppercut from that far out. But scientifically, take me through why you don't throw an uppercut from way out there.
Well, first of all, it's a shot that is going to leave you the most uncloaked, read covered when you throw it, and a sharp fighter who is aware can counter you with a most debilitating punch, which is what you saw happen in that instance. Buster Douglas got knocked out by Evander Holyfield doing the same thing.
That's right.
Uppercuts are to be thrown with the inside positioning, where you're shifting your weight and you're turning your body a certain way where your chin is tucked. Even though you're throwing it in close quarters in proximity, you can still be countered. It's like one of the most, it's a dangerous shot to throw. It's mostly about timing. And like I said, you're open when you throw that particular shot, more so than if you throw a shot from standing at mid-range or distance. And he wasn't even hardly at mid-range when he was trying to throw that. So it just kind of, you know what, in hindsight being 2020, think about it like this. Did AJ do that because he just wanted to get it over with?
Man, suicide mission? Jesus Christ.
No. Listen, he had already been dropped several times.
Mm-hmm.
He had been rocked and shaken up. He wasn't confident coming in. And Don Charles had spoken about once he looked at us across the ring, he was not going to be able to win that fight. All of those factors, and then when you say like hindsight being 2020, was AJ trying to get it over with as quick as possible, because he was embarrassed. He had been stripped of this facade that told the public that he was more than he really was. And understand, he's never been real solid on the inside. Going into other fights, he was known to ask people, do you think I can win? What do you think? How do you think it's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? This has been him the entire time. It's just that when you don't pay attention to those things and size them up for what they truly are, someone like Don Charles is over there taking notes, because he worked with AJ early in AJ's career. He knows the man.
Yeah.
So he's telling Daniel Dubois, you see, when he says this is what he means. When he does that, that's what his intent is. Blah, 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 blah. we got to be ready for everything. This could be a short night, but you got to be on point and you got to be ready to do what you got to do. And did Daniel Dubois look like he was ready or not?
Oh man, he looked like he had AJ shine the whole time when he got to that ring.
It was one of the most devastating performances by a heavyweight champion. It goes back to when Mike Tyson won the title against Trevor Berbick.
Right.
Berbick tried to present himself as, I'm here to fight. I'm ready and this and that. But once Tyson started pounding on him, it was like survival mode kick in, and then he was out of there. With AJ, survival mode never even had a chance to kick in because I don't think psychologically he understood what he was dealing with. And notice that he never really tried to tie Daniel Dubois up or anything.
No, not
and
at all.
I wonder why that is. Oh, maybe because Ben Davison don't know to remind him to protect himself, tie the guy up.
Yeah.
Instead of rolling the dice. Huh?
Ben Davison, that is highly praised. He showed you what he was made of that night. That night, he showed you what he was made of. And it wasn't because he was giving salute Shaquilla and salute Iron Levant, J-Man salute, I see y'all. It wasn't because he was giving AJ instruction that he wasn't following. I heard everything being said in that corner, and it didn't help. It simply didn't help. And he got flatlined. And I put my memes up. Y'all know I couldn't wait for that. I mean, Usyk just batted AJ, but Dubois slept AJ badly, and that was badly.
My meme was classic. You remember that one, right? Funny, I never even played it on my air, but I shared it with you guys.
Man, that was funny as hell. Do I have those memes handy?
Bottoms up. Yeah.
Bottoms up. Oh, it's hilarious. Do I have those AJ memes available? Yeah, y'all know I had to dig into him, man, because we put up with way too much from his fan base, man. We just listen, man. It wouldn't even get slimy like that if we just let things fall the way they're supposed to fall, man. Oh, I got one right here. Let things fall where they're supposed to fall. We didn't have a problem with AJ, man. We didn't. The damn fan base made us like that. We were like, yo, chill, y'all, relax. Relax. Don't do it. And y'all just, I'm like, man, we can't just, I ain't have a problem with AJ, but his fan base got on my damn nerves. And we got to be careful because I can't allow a lot of these fans to hijack. Can't let them hijack these fighters. They did it with Manny Pacquiao. They did it with Gennady Golovkin. Well, Gennady Golovkin got on my nerves because not only the fan base, but the media did that. Once they started comparing him to Marvin Hagler, that was it. Here we go. Y'all didn't know AJ was breakdancing back in '83. That's on a show called Graffiti Rock. I know I saw him. That's how I know time machines are real. That's how I know. Because this nigga was backspinning. He damn sure was. He's backspinning and come on now. That's what I'm talking about. This dude, man. Come on now. He was backspinning. Yeah, man. So yeah, I had to get it in on this dude, man. But yeah, I told y'all AJ got in that time machine. Him and Boogaloo Shrimp. Anyway, But look, man, he knocks the crap out of AJ, and that was an outstanding fashion. And the thing is, that fight was so one-sided. That fight was so one-sided. It was so one-sided. And like I said, the only shining moment that AJ had was the round he got knocked out in. And go figure that. So now we're up to here. Usyk beats Fury a second time, and he gets in the ring and says, I want my revenge for the robbery. Language is important, y'all. And we're gonna get there too. I purposely didn't put him in the meme. I purposely didn't put him in the meme. But I'm gonna go in order. He gets in the ring and tells Usyk, I want revenge for the robbery. Language is important, y'all. I heard him. Let's not act like we didn't hear him say that. So I like the fact that he's calling it a robbery. Because to me it was. To me it was a robbery. To me it absolutely was a robbery. Give him his win. Now whether people could say, oh, well, he took the 5 minutes, but if the ref said get up, he'd have got up. Look, we don't know that. But I like the fact that he's going with what people are saying. So Usyk, the warrior that he is, says, Turkey Al-Sheikh, run the fade. More or less, he ain't say it like that, but he wants that. He wants that smoke. He wants that smoke. I see you, fella. Yeah. He bent the knee. He did. So he said, all right, run it. But before he runs it, Daniel Dubois has a very tall task in front of him by a man named Joseph Parker. Now, here's why I'm telling you guys, the heavyweight division is alive. Because in this meme, I'm gonna put the pic back up. This is some good work right here, y'all. This is some good work, and that's why I'm putting the spotlight on Daniel Dubois, because he's on a tear right now. He's on an absolute tear right now, and I'm just asking, with the road ahead, can he? Do you believe he can come out on top with all of this going on? And I just threw these names in. I left some names off of here purposely, and one of them is Itume, if I'm saying his name correctly. And there's a reason why I did that. Because I know about their sparring. I know about that. Now, listen. Now, the brother Ernest says Bukoli comes out on top. Now, watch this. The man next to him in this meme, Michael Hunter, got a dub over Bukoli. He got a dub over Bukoli, bro. He got a dub over him. All right? I know, look, we could be high on Bukoli right now. But I want to point something out and salute the Bukoli. I like his style. He's a big, strong man, right? But Michael Hunter got a dub over him. That's why I got Michael Hunter in this picture. As a matter of fact, Michael Hunter is my dark horse. He's my dark horse.
Drop a gem right here about
Go ahead.
Bukoli for people who are impressed with him because of they saw what happened to Jared Anderson.
Was Jared Anderson really that good?
That was more about Anderson than it was about Bukoli. Mm-hmm. You guys need to understand. Drew just let you guys know that Michael Hunter has already defeated Bukoli.
Yep.
And understand this. This is the gem. You can be physical. You can be strong. You can have a big punch and all of that. But if brains aren't a part of what you're doing, that will be exposed as well.
Absolutely. And I got a lot of respect for Bukoli, and I'm actually shouting him out because I was not sold on Jared Anderson, and there's a lot of things in between that I didn't like. I ain't gonna get into that. And it's like personal things that I see. as far as behavior is concerned, is what I'm saying. And boxing is life. And there was things that I saw with Jared Anderson, the way he was behaving. And it's like, bro, don't act like we don't know that you're being moved in a certain direction. And I agree with you, War Report. Bacoli, I need to see more of his IQ.
Yeah,
because you go back and
what
watch.
I was just alluding to. Pay
Right?
attention, man.
Right. The IQ, our fella says the IQ is an elite.
Yep.
And we can't debate that because Michael Hunter outsmarted him. And I know he got injured in that fight. But if you're in the fight and you choose to work through the injury, you got to go to a plan B, C, D. I plan on talking to Bacoli. I want to ask him what happened in that Michael Hunter fight. I plan on talking to Michael Hunter. He might be in a strong house. You don't know. You understand? I have access, so I'm gonna have these questions answered from both parties. Bacoli's a big, strong dude, but so is George Foreman. You know, and like I said, we didn't have to wait that long, right? Oh, and I'm glad you said this, because I swear to God, I was just gonna say this. Go look at the Michael Hunter fight with Bacoli, and then go look at the Anderson fight. Look at the bodies. Look at the body type. When he fought Michael Hunter, his trunk was a lot smaller. You could see his ab muscles. When he fought Jared Anderson, he had to have been about 30 pounds heavier. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, you could see his flab muscles.
Yeah, he was just a big, yeah. And he knocked the shit out of Jared. And I was looking at Jared like, yo, Stormy, when that fight was first signed, didn't we not say maybe Jared's team knows some crap about him that we don't know? Or this is a money grab that he just didn't want to, he didn't want to turn down? Because I don't see how Jared beats Bacoli. And we was talking about style-wise. Because this is what I'm talking about, y'all. When a fighter, and I'm not trying to say no one's name, but y'all know who I'm alluding to. When I tell y'all there's a particular fighter that's getting a lot of praise, but he's beating people that he's supposed to beat, I can't gauge him. I know a lot of people, I know people that have seen him in the gym and gym wars and everything, but I'm like, that's cool in the gang, but I can't gauge him. Especially since he's not choosing not to fight his contemporaries. I can't gauge him. That's what I saw with Jared Anderson. He was beating a bunch of people he was supposed to beat. But I said, man, it's now time to up the level of competition. And he chose to do it with Martin Bacoli. And what did Bob Arum say? I didn't approve that. My matchmakers didn't approve that. Andrew 100, salute. And my matchmakers wouldn't approve of that. He did that. Because remember, Tay Jones is the one that first told me, and I think he's probably the first one that told everyone here, Turkey Alashiks talks to the fighters directly. He don't go to their managers. He went to Jai Opata and said, yo, come get this bag. And what was it? The IBF said, yo, you go get, was it the IBF?
Yeah.
You go get that bag. We're going to take your belt. He said, I'm going to get that bag and I'll get the belt back. I'm good. And I'll be damned. That's what he did. Now,
and guess what? That was a great move because no sanctioning fees.
No sanctioning fees. Thank you. So now you had a situation where Jared Anderson did the same thing. And me and Stormy, and I know BFTB, we was like, nah, I don't know about this one. Unless he has another gear we don't know about. And we found out he didn't. And Bacoli became a bit of a rock star. But listen to this, y'all. He became a rock star for beating an American fighter that was highly praised but unproven. And we forgot that Bacoli lost to an American fighter that don't have a big machine behind him by the name of Michael the Bounty Hunter. You see how that works? We have to pay attention, family. We have to pay attention. But back to Daniel Dubois. He has a tall task ahead of him in Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is another gentleman that I ain't got no ill will towards to Joseph Parker. He's another guy. You know what these guys have in common? They both got stopped by Joe Joyce. Isn't that crazy? And what are we saying about Joe Joyce now? He's done. Joe Joyce ain't even done. They just ran into their kryptonite early. Now, Joseph Parker got starched by the juggernaut. Right? Now, these guys are on a tear. Joe Joyce has had some, bad outings. And now these guys have remained busy. Joseph Parker's another guy that he's not on Twitter every day arguing with people. I lost, I get back, and I'm back in the saddle. I'm good. So these guys are mentally tough. Both of these men. This is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a well-deserving fight for both parties because they've been busy. 50-50 fight. I'm going to lean towards, you know what? I'll give my pick when we get closer. But I like this fight. If Daniel Dubois, and salute the Seen and Unseen Boxing, new member in the Strong House. Salute to you, good brother. Much love and appreciation. If Dubois is successful here with the combination of things working out amongst itself, he don't have to fight all of these people, but there will be about 3 fights that'll be available to him. And if he can remain on the winning side of things, that's some, by today's standards, that's some Hall of Fame shit right there. Steve L, salute. Look at these people here. And I didn't put a two-mate on here either because he's right behind Daniel Dubois and they have a history. That young fella is smoking everything. All right. I want to see the competition get a little better, but right now he's something to keep an eye on. But this is no easy task. Michael the Bounty Hunter is my dark horse in all of this. But do y'all see Ajit Cabiel over there? He's fighting Zilly Zhang. And I'm going to tell you something. Have y'all been paying attention to Ajit Cabiel? Have y'all been paying attention?
No, they haven't.
Bro, this is some serious stuff. Ajit is a whole problem. Y'all see Lawrence Okoli back there? And that is Lawrence Okoli. That's a domestic fight right there. So is a Tume. These guys got like comic book names, right? A Tume, Okole. You know what I'm saying? But salute to them, man. But those domestic fights, man, the Brits turn out for that, man. Listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. When I do watch a fight at Wembley, part of the excitement is listening to the crowd sing. It don't get, because in America, they just don't do that anymore unless it's some ratchet nigga nonsense music. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. American boxing fans make me sick. British boxing fans are totally different. You understand? All around strong, my brother, salute. I remember when David Tua fought Lennox Lewis, David Tua had the Tongan drums on the outside. Man, that was so dope. That was so dope. But salute to the British fight fans, man. They love the sport like how we used to love it in the 70s and 80s. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to a big fight in the UK just for the experience. The atmosphere it's incredible, man. I always respected it, man. And it's fun. It got to be fun, man. It got to be fun. But this kid has a task, and you know what? He's up for it. So, if he can get past Parker, let me put that up there because I'm gonna talk on him. 919 salute. If he can get past Parker, he already wants. Now picture this, y'all. If he gets past Parker, Usyk said after he called him out, He did just what you're supposed to do. He got in the ring. He gave Usyk his respect. Told him God bless. He says, I want revenge for the robbery. And Usyk, like the champ he is, told Turk Al-Sheikh, run it. So now all he has to do, all Daniel has to do is get past Parker, and apparently we get the rematch with Usyk. And I'm telling you, I think he beats Usyk in Saudi. I think he beats him. If Daniel Dubois beats Usyk, think about this, y'all. Think of it. Now he has to still do it. If he beats Parker, who's on this win streak, and he beats Usyk in the rematch, he got a dub against AJ, Philip Hergovich, Jarrell Miller. He ran it back with Usyk. Right there. And in my eyes, since Usyk is undefeated, KG, salute. That would make him undisputed, right? That would make Daniel Dubois undisputed. The first title defense might be against the winner between Cabiel and Zhilei Zhang. You know what I'm saying? I know, and he might not beat Usyk, but what I'm saying is the road ahead. I'm asking the question: Can he? Can he conquer it? Can he conquer it? He's gonna have to show and prove, but he's on a roll right now, and this is some quality stuff in the heavyweight division at a whole. You know, Bacoli is a problem, and Michael Hunter is my dark horse. No one's paying attention to him, but y'all stay tuned, because we're gonna shine a light on Michael Hunter. Salute to him. So Jerry Larry says, "What do you think of Moses Ituma?" He's doing what he needs to do right now. He's doing what he needs to do. He's dead serious, and I need him to do what all of these guys was doing when they were coming up. When I first saw Anthony Joshua on a pro level, he was doing what he needed to do. And I said, oh, okay, I like it. So far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. And then Eddie Hearn came in, and then the business took over, and then I got tired of it real quick. Daniel Dubois, same thing. Everything was okay until the Joe Joyce situation. So Ituma is he's doing what he needs to do. I want to know what happens when he fights a contemporary. That's when you know what kind of person you're dealing with. But so far, so good. So far, so good. I like what I see so far. I have nothing bad to say about the young man at all. And Lawrence Okoli, he's a live dog. He's a live dog, man. Andrew Gray, salute. He's a live dog. Heavyweight division is in great hands, man. Stormy, your thoughts on anything? On everything. Everything we're talking about here.
Man, I'm just glad fights are happening.
Yeah.
I don't have a vested interest in who beats who.
Right.
See the matchups. But I'm gonna tell you something. None of it is going the way you might think.
Man, bro. Everything in this division is a what if. And you know what, Stormy? That's exciting.
Exactly.
That's exciting, because I can't tell you what happens. Who the hell would have thought? Listen, y'all, all of 2024, y'all even paying attention to Edge Cabiel? Wasn't we calling him agitated cabbage?
Listen, last week, Big Johnny Fisher, another touted UK fighter, had trouble with what's his name? Sam Allen.
Sam Allen. Oh, talk about it.
And Johnny was in trouble several times throughout the fight. Don't think he won. Dave Allen, I'm sorry. Thank
David
you,
Allen, I'm
Jerry
sorry.
Larry.
Yeah.
I said Sam. But those names over there are so common. It's like, my goodness. But thank you for the correction, Dave Allen. Listen, Moses Ituma,
Yep.
he better watch out, because I've seen him fight a few times. I went back and looked at some of the guys they had him in there with early in his career. Hey, he's doing in the UK what Torres is doing in the US.
Torres. Y'all know who Torres is, right?
And I don't care about the gym stories, because the gym stories, if you really understand how boxing goes down, a lot of times gym circumstances have people who are working on things.
That's
and
right.
People who have the knack and ability to go in there and go through a learning process and everything. Beating up someone, having victory over them in the gym is all just simply that, being in the gym. We heard Jared Anderson was whooping ass in
That's
the
right.
gym and got his ass whooped in live action. So it's like, don't pay attention to that foolishness, man. And at 19, there's a whole world of experience for him to be taught, talking about Atuma. And if you ain't hear it come from me, like, oh, this guy, watch it out. Understand, I've held reserve, because what they're seeing and talking about, I haven't seen yet. I haven't. I don't care if he beat Daniel Dubois up in the gym. I don't think he can beat Daniel Dubois up in a live action fight with Don Charles in his corner. I don't think that. I don't think that way. I don't think he beats up Alexander Usyk, who has had more than enough amateur experience going through the ranks and has fought bigger, stronger, more experienced guys than he, and who's the ultimate southpaw himself. Think about it. Atuma's a southpaw. What could he teach Alexander Usyk in the ring? They're roughly around the same size, and that spells danger for Atuma, because he happens to not be the big physical force that some of the other men that Usyk has had to face. Joshua, Chisora, Fury, Dubois. I just tell it like it is. What I say is not necessarily popular, but let's not take off on the mothership so fast, huh? I'm just saying, keep your feet on solid ground.
What the brilliant thing about boxing is, it's a sport where you gotta show and prove. I gotta upload this. Somebody just sent. Oh, Jesus Christ! Y'all need to stop, man. Wait, hold on. I gotta send. You guys are assholes. You guys are assholes. I'm gonna. Wait, I gotta send this picture. You guys are jerks. Hold on. Y'all know who Ricardo Torres is, man? The American heavyweight, right? And to me, he always looks very jittery.
Put that comment from Quan Big Guns on the screen.
Would love to see the Atuma versus Jared Anderson.
Now you're talking.
That's a fight right there. Now, here's what I'll say. At this time, they're being very careful about what they do with Anderson next. We haven't even heard what he's doing next. And here's the difference. That fight against Bacoli was how many months ago? Dubois, with bones healing, he jumped back in the ring. With torn ACLs, he got back in the ring. It was never a question of what he was doing next, because he was just doing it. We haven't heard anything from Jared Anderson, have we? And he ain't break no bones. He ain't break no bones. He just took an L, Stormy. He ain't break no bones. Where's he at?
You know why you ain't heard from him?
Why is he?
Because he suffered a different type of injury.
Uh-oh.
A torn anus.
What the it's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it?
Listen to this right here.
Right in the poop chute.
Yep.
So Quan Big Guns, I agree. I like that. I like that. I like that. But I don't think Anderson's team, because picture this, family. Jarrett gets in there with a guy like Atume who's up and coming. First and foremost, guess what? The fight is worth more. Here's the business part. Queen, salute, Queen. The fight is worth more where? In the UK. So all the Versace glasses and bottle popping that these clowns do here, you done lost by a bad knockout. It was so bad they don't even want you to run it back right now. There's no talking about running it back with the guy that Adam smashed you. So go run that fade. Don't tell me anything, because name a fight that Usyk has had at home. The closest he had to home was Poland. All his other fights been on the goddamn road. So you can't be great. So now he got to go to the UK to fight this dude in that loud ass Wembley. And guess what? It won't even be the main event. And if it is the main event, good luck. Do you think Jared Anderson's team, do you think Bob Arum's matchmakers will want him in the ring doing that? Pack it up. One more bad loss like that, and that's the end for Jared. And that's what makes Daniel Dubois so much better than a guy like that. You dig what I'm saying? That's what makes him better. And I ain't gonna say who sent me this, but you're a jerk, man. Why'd y'all do this? You guys are assholes. What the fuck is wrong with you? I hate you. Come on, son. Come on. Stop. Stop. Stop
That
it.
is
Stop
crazy, bro.
You guys are bored. Is this funny because it actually looks like him, or are we perverts for even knowing who this dude is? You can't not know, man. He's been on reality show. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Y'all going straight to hell. Copper said, Garrett is finished. Been finishing since the Prince Charles fight. Hey, man. That's a setup fight. That's, to me, it's a gimme fight for Atume.
Shawa says, I was a pervert in my former life.
She said that's Ron Jeremy's son. For the young cats that don't know who the dude is on all right, the dude on the right is Ron Jeremy. All I'm gonna say is just Google him, man. He's like 1,000 years old, and I heard he's suffering from Alzheimer's now. That's what I heard. You know what's? I heard. I don't even know how to. I can't laugh at this, but I mean, it's kind of funny, but not. He's being watched because, of course, some chick is accusing him of grape. Go figure that. Whatever. But they said he has Alzheimer's. But they said sometimes he still thinks he's on set. So imagine taking care of this old man and not knowing who he is, and then he'll just take his clothes off and has a boner. He's like, "Oh, so where's the woman at?" And it's like, "Whoa, what's wrong with you? Put that thing away." Oh my God, yeah, exactly, Shower. Just don't Google him. Just take my word for it. Don't do it. Jesus Christ, that guy had more. He's been getting tails since the 70s. My gosh, it's funny, man. But that's Ricardo Torres is our American. He was the last American Olympian at heavyweight, right?
I'm not really invested in the dude. I just know he's not that good.
Yeah, you know, he's very jittery. You know, his hair be going in all directions and shit. He's a strong kid, but he's an accident waiting to happen. I'm not sold, and I'm not being disrespectful. I'm going off of what I see. I'm not sold. Yeah, JMJ, that's him. Did he get a medal in the Olympics?
Yeah, I think he got a silver.
Yeah, I think he got a yeah, he got a medal. Yeah. But you know, I'm not really sold on the Olympic program. If y'all remember, a couple of years ago, the Olympic program was about to be removed from the Summer Games because of cheating. And who was going to come in to help repair the Olympic program in the Summer Games? Mauricio Sillyman. Remember I did a whole video on that?
Yeah, the dope man wanted to dope up the games. This guy, man.
I'm like, what?
Get rid of him.
They're about to abolish the boxing program in the Summer Games, right? Because of cheating. And who's going to come in to save it? Mauricio Sillyman. You got to be. I spoke on that like 2 years ago. Y'all go to my page and put in Olympics. I spoke on that. And this is real stuff here. But whatever, man. Quan Big Guns, I don't know, brother. I don't know. I've seen him. Damn, I don't even know who promotes him, bro.
Top rank.
A couple of top rank. He's a top rank fighter.
Yeah.
Why is he not on any cards?
He is. Usually, when they have a card, he usually is fighting on TV. That's what they do with the guy.
I seen him fight this dude that looked like Butterbean, and he knocked the shit out of him.
Now, times that, about how many times has he fought already? Like, you know, that's the majority of the guys he fight.
Well, Moses Atuma, he's moving along quite nicely. What is he? He got 20 wins, 10 knockouts, 6'2". Okay. He looks more disciplined in the ring than Ricardo. Ricardo's very jumpy and I don't know. But
but Atuma, about how many fights does he have?
20.
He's got 20 fights. About, I want to say 18 of those fights, or 17 of them, most of them were butter beans. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
And then the last couple of fights he had, this guy, Dempsey McKean, whom Tyson Fury wanted to fight a couple of years ago. Don't forget that name.
Dempsey McKean.
Because we were calling him Jack Dempsey. Remember that?
yeah, I remember that.
And then the other guy that is a UK journeyman gatekeeper.
Yeah.
He beat that guy before Dempsey McKean. So it's like now all of a sudden he's ready for a title shot. How?
Yeah.
How?
These are the same people saying that AJ was back after he knocked out Francis Ngannou. How?
He's been feasting on carcasses all this time, and now all of a sudden he's ready. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I talked about this slightly, but they want the opportunity to try to snatch Tyson's record for being the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. And they want to try to snatch that because they understand with all of these belts that are out there that Frank Warren is hoping maybe, just maybe, he can put this kid in a position to fight for one of those vacant belts before he turns 21 years old. That's what it is. It's a novelty thing. And I'm going to tell you something. It's no different than what they did with AJ. AJ got the gold medal that he really didn't win, but it was over there. The games were in the UK and everything, and they lined that up perfectly. They sent AJ into the gym as if he was going to star in the latest Marvel film, and he put on all that muscle and everything, and all of a sudden they had a heavyweight for you guys.
Damn
and they
right.
started putting him in there with these guys that he could knock over like bowling pins. They gave him a good trainer initially, and what's his name? Is it Gallagher? Because Don Charles was around, but then Don Charles, they kind of pushed him to the side. Thanks, but no thanks, Don.
Right.
That's how they treated Don Charles. And then they brought the other guy in, and then they went on. They had a scare with Dillian White because that fight ended up being, you know, a little action-packed. And then they got fortunate against Klitschko. And that's
Tony Sims was the original trainer. Tony Sims.
What was that?
Tony Sims was the original trainer. Final Boss Lucas said Tony Sims.
There was another guy. I can't think of his name. But AJ has always been like what he's doing now, you know, hopping from this guy to that guy, you know, literally and professionally. And it's yeah. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to do the same thing for Atuma. They want that novelty. See, remember, who was it that said this? It was an entertainer who said they love our seconds. In other words, we yeah. In other words, now this is not my words. I just can't think of the guy who said this. He said that they love our seconds. We'll do something, it'll be hitting and hard or whatever. Then you look up 4 or 5 years later and it's popular over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've been there, done that kind of thing. They're trying to get that Tyson record, and Frank Warren is hell-bent on making it happen. So don't be surprised. You might even get a couple of name guys who will get in there against Atuma and go down for the greater cause. But you got to know what you're looking at in boxing. I'm telling you. That might be why Dr. Octopus Okoli has moved on up to heavyweight.
Yeah, true story. So basically all
Great name, by the way, right? Yeah.
Doc Ock. You know, basically all Atuma has to do is he just keep winning. Just keep winning. You know,
well, understand this. It's the way it's going to be. He's not going to fight a lot, but he's going to have certain matches because it's got to be positioning him. You understand?
Yeah.
Watch the game before it happened, bro. It's like that's why I'm sitting back watching. That guy is not that good. I'm sorry to hurt anybody's feelings. If you're related to him, you're his good friend, you're sleeping with him, you blew him or whatever. But I'm just going to tell you the truth. He's not that good. You've seen better fighters already that you don't even think about. Drew mentioned Ajit Tabiel. That kid is good. He knows how to fight big men, and he's out of Germany, but you're not going to hear a lot about him because that ain't what they want. That's why he's always fighting on Turkey's cards, because he's going to give you a hell of a performance, and he's going to upset somebody that Turkey put in there with him that supposedly has a name.
Now, everything is okay until it's not okay. And I had a conversation with somebody earlier. I said, listen, man, Riyadh season is about warm-ups and things of that nature. Riyadh season is about the best matchups. There is no like gimme fights on Riyadh seasons. In fact, we've seen more upsets on Riyadh season. That's what Riyadh season is about, organic outcomes. It's not protecting your investment and trying to see how you can maximize your dollar by putting in the top names with gimme fights. That's not what Riyadh season is about. It's putting the best in there with the best and seeing if it can happen. And the unique thing is Turkey talks to the fighters straight up. He don't talk to the management and say, hey, I could put your guy on my card, boost up my sales. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at an article right now, Stormy. The WBA credited they credit sanction fees and Saudi from Saudi sponsorship, and it boosted the WBA's finances. Did you see that? I mean, this is some crazy stuff happening here. They're actually saluting Saudi for boosting their sales. And all I'm saying is that what Turkey is doing is he's talking to Andrew 100, salute, brother, if I missed you. He's talking to the fighters directly and saying, yo, look, you can come fight here. I got a bag for you, no problem. But you're not coming over here for light work. You have contemporaries. I'm going to match you up with the best guy, which is why Deontay went over there and he fought Joseph Parker, who was on fire. It wasn't D's fight that he couldn't get a fight after Helenius all that time because he was trying. But D had an opportunity to say yes or no. And D's a warrior. And that's what he did. You understand? So, you know, all these guys, and you're seeing things that you wouldn't see under typical circumstances, which we don't like, which has become the norm. We wouldn't know if there was no Riyadh season. We wouldn't know who Ajit Kabiel is. He'd be on the shelf somewhere, and he'd be out of the ring for a year or two, 20 pounds overweight. And then by the time he got into the ring, it'd be against a guy that just sells seats like a Tyson Fury. And then he'd be a complete mark. This guy has been on fire, what, 4 fights? And he's beating the shit out of people. Let's just call it what it is. No one thought that he would beat Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez was next up. But Tay Jones, the brother, was telling me, he says, yo, look, Drew, we could be high on, well, y'all could be high on Frank Sanchez, but I know some shit. I said, do tell. He said, man, all you got to do is go to his body. He's done. I said, really? He said, trust me, I know. Who told you? King Kong Ortiz. If y'all don't know, he got a relationship with that camp too. And I said, well, damn, really? Yeah. The next fight, he faced Ajit Kabiel, and you've never seen Frankie Sanchez on the back foot like that. And he stopped him. And I said, oh, shit. But Ajit Kabiel is on a tear, which is why he has a actually a great chance of beating Zhilei Zhang, because he knows how to fight guys like that. And he's a strong dude. He's a strong dude. So he's a sleeper. You still got Michael Hunter out there. He don't have the correct backing, so he's not in the public eye. But if he gets a chance at Riyadh season, he could upset some people. People are saying, yo, Bacoli, who'd he beat? Jared Anderson. Who is Jared Anderson? What has Jared Anderson done? He hasn't done anything but lose to Bacoli. But Michael Hunter got a win over Bacoli already, which is why he's my dark horse in all of this. The heavyweight division is so fun right now. But
you know, I'm looking at the comments in the chat, man. Listen, why y'all going to bat for the dude that took a L, man? And when I say an L, yeah, the L as in loss in the loss column, but a lesson in life. If you're not, you know, capable of going in there to compete, you shouldn't be in the ring unless you're doing it for the bag, because otherwise, you know, you need your payday. So
Stormy, let's do this. Let's do this, Stormy. We don't like excuses, right? I said that Deontay Wilder's shoulder was tore up going in against Zhilei Zhang. I know this for a fact because when we connected with him in August, his arm was in a sling.
Right.
All these fighters have injuries going into fights. They know what they can do and what they cannot do. If they decide to get into the ring, then that's what they decide to do. You just did a wonderful premiere this morning. Tyson Fury's blaming Saudi for not getting a decision. Are you kidding me?
Ain't that something? Oh, you can't win in this country. No, you can't cheat in this country, fool.
Oh, man, that's what it is. That means you can't cheat, brother. So you know what? Let's not use any excuses. Not for, because Deontay's my brother. All right, so if we're going to remove that, let's remove everything. I don't know about Frankie's knee being messed up, but he got in there. Salute to him for being a warrior.
Ask him how his ribs were after Kabiel.
He wasn't punched in the knee. That. You know, you have to have if you know your knee's messed up and you're getting into the ring, you're supposed to have a plan B for what's coming at you. Okay, I can't move like that. I got to do something else. He chose to get in there. Salute to Frank, because, you know, he had a bad knee, but he got hit in the ribs. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, and shout out to the War Report. He bent the knee, didn't he? Kabiel.
Yeah, man. You know, there was no pity party for Danny Dubois when he had a fractured orbital bone against Joe Joyce, and when he had a eye problem against Usyk. There was no sympathy for him. So let's remove all of that and let's just deal with what we're dealing with here. Let's just deal with it. Supreme Beast in the building. Let's just deal with it. So Danny Dubois, with his 2 losses, he's in a position where, depending on what happens in the road, I'm just asking, can he conquer it? If he beats Joseph Parker and he fights Usyk next, I think he could beat Usyk. I think he could beat him. He's on the tear right now, and so is Usyk. But who is Tyson Fury really? You see what I'm saying? Who's had the rougher road? Because he fought AJ twice, didn't stop him. Daniel got AJ the fuck up out of there. You see what I'm saying? And what Daniel was really impressive with me is that Daniel has learned to fail forward. That's a man. That's a pro athlete. Same thing with Joseph Parker. He's learned to, well, he's like, these guys just know, not learn, they know to fail forward. A loss is not the end of your career. It's not the end of your life. I don't know Joseph Parker, but I can tell you this about his people, the Tonga, they are family oriented. I'm going to assume his dad was in his life, and if he didn't have a dad in his life, I bet you he had a male role model in his life. That's just how their people are. So losses don't mean shit. That just means you live to fight another day. You come back. Warriors is in his bloodline. That's why he is who he is. That's why Daniel is who he is. Go look at the interview with Stan Dubois, his father. Look how Usyk conducts himself. His father's in his life. You're seeing, bro, this right here, this heavyweight division, and I don't know much about Lawrence Okoli, but he's a dark horse in this. This is boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to talk boxing. This is what my conversations are supposed to be like. I don't want to talk about money. That's why I love what Turki Al-Sheikh is doing. Because we're not talking about money. When the fighters show up, they're paid. Good. Give me the fights.
I
That's
heard
it.
one comment about fighters fighting on Riyadh cards about money, what they making, you know, what they're not making. Nothing. You
Right.
just see the fights, and
That's right.
and that's where it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be.
This is refreshing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to talk about this show this morning. I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah, Quan, he says Okoli has a suspect chin. You're not the first person to say that. But he's in the mix, and I want someone to expose it if they can.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He supposedly has a suspect chin. Listen, man, they're in the heavyweight division, man. You got to protect your damn chin.
You got to protect that chin, man.
Like, so what? Didn't people, they were saying that, oh, Usyk is coming up from cruiserweight. He better not fight so-and-so or whatever, this and that, because, you know, listen.
Don't let him hit you.
Undisputed champion of the world.
Right.
So, it's about skills and wills. Huh? Getting knocked down, get your ass up. Huh?
Right.
It's like this is boxing. Stop with all of the foolishness about what somebody has and what somebody doesn't have, because there are not that many fully complete guys out there to begin with. But for the ones who are out there and mixing it up, much respect to them, because that's what we tune in for. I'm not here to protect any of them. That's their job to do on themselves when they enter those ropes on the night of.
Right.
What I'm here to do is talk the good talk about what's so great about it, when we can see the next one, who can improve, who ain't gonna improve, what I would like to see, the hopes and dreams, all of those kind of things. But dude, I am not coming out here with a satisfier and a binky trying to protect and cover these dudes. No, stop with the foolishness. I keep telling you guys, that era, the window for it has closed. It's over. Stop it. When you're talking like that, you want to protect something, huh? Well, guess what? Go put some plastic wrap around your home outside and see how that worked for you. Because that's what you're doing for the sport of boxing. You are not protecting anything. What's going to happen is going to happen. Just get some Kleenex, huh? And some toilet paper, because you might have to wipe both ends. Yeah!
Man, this is fun, man. Oh, let me get back. Jay Bean said Pulev has that WBA regular. Pulev is an accident waiting to happen. I mean, whoever get his hands on him, they taking that. They're taking that, man. That's why he didn't make the meme. Now, I'm just gonna sneak in my personal bias. All right, y'all ready? This is my personal bias. I'm gonna sneak this in. All right. with all due respect to Dubois, because I love what the young man's doing, the heavyweight division is so unpredictable is the word. Daniel could emerge from this. Let's say he beats Parker, and then he gets a shot on Usyk, and he beats Usyk. He can still get it in and lose to Deontay. That's a possibility. He could beat Deontay, or he can get in and lose. You know why? Again, I don't like how he eats right hands. Don't like it. But as it's seen right now, there's a formula to beating Deontay. There's certain things that you can do. But what I'm saying is he go in there and that right hand that Hrgovic kept landing, the right hand that AJ landed on him twice, you got to think if D lands that, it's different. But Daniel Dubois, like I said, he's failed forward, and he's gotten better.
But he did improve from the Hrgovic fight to the
Absolutely.
AJ fight, and I expect him to improve even more. But that man has a secret weapon that many people are not paying attention to, and I'll tell you off the air.
Okay. Yeah, don't
what
share
it is and what to watch for. But nobody is talking about it, and I love that, because that's what Joseph Parker gonna run into, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. And when I tell you what it is, you're gonna be like, God, you're right.
Yeah. Well, we done here. We done here. But it's a fun fight. And y'all don't know, I always got personal bias. Deontay Wilder's my brother. And whatever fight he's in, I'm picking him. I don't care. You know what I mean? But respect to all the warriors at the heavyweight division. I have no ill will towards Parker or Zhilei Zhang. It's boxing, y'all. Your favorite fighter has taken the L. Depending on who it is. You know what I mean? So we good here. And ladies and gentlemen, serious side, this is all I want to do. Is talk boxing. I don't want to talk about the money. I don't want to talk about seat sales. I don't want to debate about any of that. I feel awkward talking about that. It's not what I want to do. Because right now, all Turki Al-Sheikh has done with Riyadh season is remove excuses. You want to get paid money? Come here. But he ain't going to come here, and I'm not going to use you to boost sales and views and all that shit. You're going to come here and get the work done. Has Turki Al-Sheikh taken the L as far as has he spent more money on boxing than he's made? Possibly. But if that's his choice, Just Spark, salute, brother. Speed Demon, I see you. If that's his choice, then I'm cool. Because that's his choice. We need to rejoice in his choice as long as it's here. You understand? Think about what we've done. Think about what have we seen in 2024? It's funny, Stormy. I'm gonna do my year in review on New Year's Eve, Monkey Tuesday, and we're gonna do the year in review. If you're available, you're welcome on. I'll open up the panel. We've done some boxing has not disappointed me this year. It really hasn't, because the people who I wanted to see fight, they fought, and the motherfuckers that back the people that I don't back, y'all guys having a problem with your man getting in the ring. And you know what I'm talking about. Salute the boxing fan times 4 and that super chat, much love. He said Dubois got that spectrum strength, respectfully. You know, I'm so happy for this kid, man. I'm so happy for this kid. And
tonight I got my Friday night chop session. It's the year-end awards show.
Yes, sir.
And I'm talking women and men's boxing.
The women don't get enough shine. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. Stormy, let them know how they can find. Whoa. Let's go here. Get your 50-50 tickets before 4 p.m. Winner announced tonight, 8:30, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. One ticket is $10. 3 tickets is $20. Cash App, $ usual 50-50. Let me pin that. You gotta be in it to win it. Wait, that's on my list. Wait, hold on. Let me pin. Here we go. Pin that right there. You gotta be in it to win it. Don't complain that you ain't win if you ain't participate. Gotta be in it to win it. You understand? Gotta be in it to win it.
Yes, sir.
In it to win it. Tune in, Supreme Beast, 8:30 p.m. this evening. Stormy, let them know they can find you, good brother.
Man, they can find me right here on YouTube. Shaw will put the link in the chat there. That's Stormy B Man. Stormy B Man in all caps. I don't know why people like to put the lowercase, but it's all caps, but no cap. You understand?
Man, salute. Anytime, KG. Anytime, War Report. Anytime, brother. Shout out to the usual suspects, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to everybody. No doubt, Queen. The Queen's in the building. Salute to everybody. The Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. Man, I really had fun doing the show. Stormy, I ain't had fun doing a morning show like this in a long time. It's because we was actually talking boxing. And this is all I want to do, man. Salute to everybody. Quan Big Guns. Matter of fact, let me wrench Quan up, man. The brother's been participating. Let me wrench the brother up. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man.
Did any of you all catch my show last night? I talked boxing last night. I'm talking about a look ahead to 2025. Covered what you got coming in January and February, kicking the year off righteous.
Man, it's man, family. This is all I want to do, man. This is all I want to do. It's all I want to do. We had one troll come in here, and he's gone. That's why I have so many wrenches, because all we want to do is talk boxing, y'all. I don't even like talking about money or nothing like that. I just want to talk who wins, why, the landscape of every division, and that's all I want to do. And shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh for giving us that. Give us that. That's all we want. I'm a supporter of the sport. I'm a supporter of the sport. And all I want is these guys to fight the contemporaries, man. I don't subscribe to this new era. This era is in error. And it's on a t-shirt. It's coming. Young Abel in that super chat, much love. He says Stormy B Man is the new Clay Davis of the wire. Yeah. Yo, salute y'all. I think the general's on. Let's head over there. Salute to Ricardo Torres. God damn it. Man, I don't know. My work schedule's changed for today. I don't know if I'm gonna do pep talk tonight, but I gotta get one in before the year's out, man. Man, salute to y'all. And I'll talk to y'all soon, man. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.